Energy Minister Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh has been recognized with the Transformational Leadership in Energy Sector Award at the 2023 edition of the Africa Public Sector Conference and Awards held in Nairobi, Kenya on Friday, 8 September 2023. The award was for his transformational leadership in the energy sector since assuming office as minister. The Chief Director at the Ministry of Energy, Mrs. Wilmina Samoa, also received the Outstanding Woman in Public Service Award at the same event. The award ceremony was organized on the margins of the Africa Climate Summit held in Nairobi, Kenya, where heads of state, ministers and senior government officials of various African countries as well as key stakeholders gathered to deepen conversations on the global climate change agenda with a key focus on Africa's perspective. The Consolidated Energy Service Chamber Ghana, APSCA, a new service chamber, has been inaugurated in Accra. The chamber is a merger of the Ghana Oil and Gas Service Providers Association and the Upstream Petroleum Service Providers Association. It is to serve as a mouthpiece for oil and gas service providers in the upstream oil and gas industry to strengthen the competitiveness of indigenous companies in the energy sector in the country. It would also promote the interest of members in Africa and the global energy space. The chairman of APSCA, Nuete Ajiman, explained that the chamber was established to create an enabling environment to nurture and promote the development of the sector. He said the establishment of this chamber would be a means through which they can contribute to the development of the industry using collaborative and innovative means to create opportunities for economic growth. The Chief Executive Officer of the Petroleum Commission, Mr. Egbert Fable Jr., congratulating APSCA on the establishment of the new chamber, said the Commission would engage the chamber when there was a need and also provide assistance to members to facilitate their business. The board members of APSCA include Mr. Nwete Ajiman, Chairman of the Chamber, Professor Vera Fiado, Mrs. Della Kwashi Chum, Kingsley Kofi Kranche, Ransford Kobina Arthur, and Kwame Osei Sapon. Orano, a leading uranium producer and international expert in uranium processing, has confirmed it is reorganizing work at its Niger operations to mitigate logistical impacts following the recent coup. The company said its local teams were working to ensure the continuity of activities at its sites in the country. Francois Laurent, Senior Executive Vice President of Orano's Chemistry Enrichment Business Unit, in an announcement said, given the ongoing closure of Niger's main supply corridor and diminishing stocks of chemical products, the Somer site has implemented a gradual reorganization of work by bringing forward its maintenance activities. These measures, he said, will mitigate the impact of logistical difficulties and enable production to resume under optimum conditions as soon as the situation permits. Orano said its other projects in Niger, the remediation project at the Cominac mine, which closed in 2021, and studies and activities at the Imoraren project are continuing. Figures from the World Nuclear Association indicates that Niger produced 2,020 tons of raw uranium in 2022, all from Somer. This makes the mine at Arlit the world's 7th largest in terms of uranium production in 2022. Iraq is progressing its plans to build a petrochemical complex that could produce nearly 2 million tons per year and cost over $8 billion, news from Zoya has reported. Officials from the Iraqi Oil Ministry met contractors and consultants for the Nibras petrochemical plant in Baghdad on Tuesday for talks on a final concept for the much-delayed project in the southern oil hub of Basra. After the meeting, Oil Ministry Undersecretary for Gas, Izzat Sabir, affirmed the need for speeding up plans to execute this project. Sabir said the talks discussed requirements for launching this strategic project, which will largely support Iraq's economy. Nibras, a joint venture with Shell, is expected to cost nearly $8.5 billion. The project will be completed within 5 to 6 years and will generate total revenues of around $90 billion during its 35-year operational period, according to the Oil Ministry.
Visit www.energyghanamagazine.com for more on these stories. Energy Brief is proudly brought to you by Airport View Hotel. Energy Ghana TV. Local in focus, global in perspective.